Right, well, I guess maybe I was wrong. I don't know. This is fascinating. I'm really surprised. And I'm also really saddened by this. Now, whatever you think of Warner Brothers, whatever you think of Wonder Woman, whatever you think of any of it, doesn't really matter. I think the wider conversation here is that it looks like movies are definitely on the decline, especially theatre released films, and this is not positive for the entire industry. Like it signifies a massive downward trend in the industry, which we're going to touch on a little bit later in today's video. But basically, the crux of it is Wonder Woman 1984 is going to be releasing on HBO Max on Christmas Day, as well as theatres of what ones are open, which there basically won't be any. So I don't want to be all doom and gloom, because I really... I have always said I'm a big proponent of movie theatres, because I am. Like, I like going in the daytime. I like going when it's quiet. Obviously, not anyone wants to sit next to some douche canoe that's, coughing and spluttering or chit-chatting to their, little idiot mate. No one wants that. It's gross. But I do like the movie-going experience, and this is a massive shame. Because, well, if Wonder Woman 1984 can't be released in theatres, what can? Now, there is... not all doom and gloom, and there is some positive here, but let's take this article first, and then we'll get on to the sort of wider industry at hand. So, the superhero sequel with obviously Patty Jenkins is a follow-up to the 2017 blockbuster, which did earn quite a lot actually, $828 million at the worldwide box office, which is a lot. With a lot of the globe just shutting down, they reference here a second wave. Obviously, there's a lot of things which are just, shutting down and perpetually staying in shutdowns. Wonder Woman 1984 is looking to completely change their release schedule once again. Now, this is The Hollywood Reporter, and they say that the tentpole is all but giving up on a traditional theatrical release and will instead bow in whatever cinemas remain open December 25th, as well as stream on HBO Max in the US. Fantastic. And in some international markets where HBO Max is not available, the film starts rolling out December 16th. So this is going to be pirated from December 16th. People would have started watching it from then. It's just utterly ridiculous. Utterly ridiculous. Really is a shame. Now, Patty Jenkins has come out and said the following. At some point, you have to choose to share any love and joy you have to give over everything else. We love our movie as we love our fans, so we truly hope that our film brings a little bit of joy and reprieve to all of you this holiday season. Jenkins has urged audiences to watch the 200 million tentpole in theatres, because this is why I say I'm wrong, because she had previously come out and stated that no, it's definitely going to be released in theatres, and I was like, oh well, of course it's going to be released in theatres then. And they are sticking to that, but who's going to go watch it in theatres now? This is going to be pirated from December 16th. It's going to be available worldwide from December 16th. That's it. You can't stop it. This is what happens. So I can't imagine it's going to earn much money. In fact, I can bet this is probably end up a flop. Unless they make something on Blu-ray sales. Which a lot of things do, but I don't think this is going to earn its money back on Blu-ray sales. It's $200 million minimum. They have to earn somewhere in the region of $600-700 million to get anywhere near to any profit, So, nah. Oh, well, what a shame. Anyway, now Gal Gadot then added, it wasn't an easy decision and we never thought we'd have to hold on to release for such a long time, but COVID rocked all of our worlds. Growing the number of HBO Max customers is of huge import to Time Warner, even if it means giving up on potential box office ticket sales that Wonder Woman 1984 would have earned had it pushed to sometime in 2021. How's it going, mate? You just dropping in? That is some riveting commentary from Jasper there. Now, the hope is that a high-profile Christmas Day title, such as the superhero sequel, will lure new subscribers to HBO Max, but it's only released in the States. Like, it's not anywhere else. you have to go through like VPNs or, sail the high seas to watch what's on HBO Max if you're in other countries. Now, Warner Media CEO Jason Kilar seemed to be laying out expectations in a blog post Wednesday, in which he noted that roughly 4 million people watched the first Wonder Woman in the US on opening day in 2017. Is it possible for that to happen again this Christmas with Wonder Woman 1984 between theatres and HBO Max? We are so excited to find out, doing everything in our power to provide the power of choice to fans. Good spin, but people are not. This is not good. Keeping some semblance of a theatrical release on Christmas Day also provides comfort for cinemas who are open at the time. Whether domestically or internationally, many hundreds of theatres across the US and Europe are re-closing amid a surge of COVID-19. At the same time, the China and Japan box office have rebounded in a major way. Anyway, so there's some more comments here from CEO of Warner Media Studios and networks groups. And they state that as we navigate these unprecedented times, we've had to be innovative in keeping our businesses moving forward while continuing to super serve our fans. Again, good spin. This is an amazing film that really comes to life on a big screen. And working with our partners in the exhibition community, we will provide that option to consumers in the US, where theatres are open. We realise that a lot of consumers can't go back to the movies due to the pandemic, so we also want to give them the option to see Wonder Woman 1984 via our HBO Max platform. And Toby Emmerich chimed in and said, we appreciate how patient audiences have been, blah, blah, blah. All this stuff, all a bit kind of nonsensical. We don't really need to go into all this. There's like a big memo and stuff like that. But I just wanted to touch on like the pros and cons of this. So Wonder Woman 1984 and Warner Brothers releasing this on HBO Max rather than theatres. There's a few things that this signifies. So you need to take into account Warner Brothers took the hit with Tenet, right? That was the test for all of this. That was what they saw as a test. And by this release on HBO Max, you can say that that test failed. Which I don't know what other studio is going to be ballsy enough to take another big risk like that. There will be no big risks for a while. Now, that's not good, but it is good in certain ways. So the negative aspect of that is a lot of cinemas will look to just stay closed, right? That's what a lot of cinemas will do. They will stay closed because they're waiting for big blockbusters. Now, it's not all theatres. So I live near an Empire Theatre in the UK. They have remained open the moment they were able to. And they were releasing old movies. I watched The Shining on Halloween, which was fantastic. I've watched Akira on the big screen. That was fantastic. And I've really enjoyed watching older films again. I've really enjoyed it. It's been an incredible opportunity. So the smaller chains will still remain open. That's fine. But the bigger chains will still look to close. And they've been waiting for these movies. And they're not going to open up. And some of them may not reopen. So that's not good. It's also not good because studios like Warner Brothers, AT&T, Warner Media are not going to look to make these movies again for a while. Not these really big ones. These are not financed exclusively through Warner Brothers. There's financiers, there's executive producers. There's a lot of people getting paid on this. And they're not going to want to put their big money into this for a while. So we're going to get a lot of direct-to-video movies on the big screen for a while from bigger studios like this. And that's going to be a shame. That's a massive shame. But then the positive, ladies and gents, is that indie studios could come up. They don't have to charge so much for the release in theatres, and theatre chains will probably look to do deals with them, and that's positive. And also, the chains which are still open, Disney has a whole bunch of things from Fox which they can just release, which they don't earn anything from, they don't lose anything from. It doesn't matter to them. They still earn money. And those things will still be released, hopefully. In fact, this may drive them to release it sooner. There's the likes of Antlers, for instance, a hotly anticipated horror movie from this year that got pushed back to February of next year. I can imagine they're still going to release that. So there you go. That's my hot take, but it's a shame. I do think this is a shame, and it's not because I care particularly about Wonder Woman, but it's because I care about theatres, and I don't want to see them die. But anyway, let me know your thoughts down below in the comment section. If you're new here, do hit subscribe. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Mr. H. Take care.